Okay, so returning to past lives, the movie. I recently wrote an article titled "Returning to Past Lives," and it's a Past Lives movie review, the movie that came out in 2023. And what stuck out to me this time that was different from like my previous watches, it was my favorite movie of 2023. But what stuck out to me this time was the element of immigration. Like I was kind of more focused on the love story in the first watches, and this time I was focused on how it addresses the emotional journey of leaving native land and ties to the native land for Nora. And what struck me was how the film uses the relationship, Nora's complicated relationship with Ha Sung, to explore the theme of leaving your homeland. And Ha Sung isn't just Nora's childhood love and really good friend. He's a symbol of her Korean identity, of the life that she left behind, and her struggling and really just trying to figure out her pulls to Ha Sung, like, and the complications with her being married now, and happily married to a good guy, and like wondering what this pull is beyond just like a romantic pull. It's kind of her subtly having to reconcile the fact that she left her homeland when she was a child. So her, for example, her telling her husband that being with Ha Sung makes her feel so not Korean when she's with him, but also in some way more Korean. I found that interesting. So that's something I didn't notice as much on my first watch. And really, like, what was super profound on this one and very interesting was how moving away from the place you are native to isn't just a physical move, but it's an emotional one, and it requires you to reconcile the past with the present in some way, shape, or form. In like your adult life, or at some point in your life, you're gonna reconcile with that and process it emotionally, because you're tethered to your homeland. So Ha Sung embodies that past. So it's both grounding for her and also bittersweet. And I also, what really stuck out to me this time, like a real big point that I wrote about in the article, was Nora's mom, and specifically the scene when she sets up the date or the hangout with Ha Sung and Nora, to hang out with their kids. I can't remember what Nora's Korean name is. Nasang, I think, maybe. But sorry if I got that wrong. But Nora's mom sets up this date with their kids for them to go hang out, and Ha Sung's mom is there too, and they're talking, and she's telling her that they're moving, but she still set up this deliberate hangout session so she can kind of create core memories for Nora. And I find the deliberate act to be fascinating because she knows she's soon going to uproot Nora and move to America. But she ensures that her daughter has a meaningful memory rooted in her native land. Like, it almost seems like it's premeditated by Nora's mom to have this good memory, like, rooted in Nora's psyche, and this connection to the land, because she knows they're moving to America. But early in the film, this happens. So she knows that they're blossoming into something more too. So it's pretty sad. It's hard to do because she knows that Ha Sung and Nora are blossoming into something. Whether just an innocent friendship, maybe romantic later on in life, and what could be, is what we explore throughout the movie. But it's very bittersweet, And it's also sad because Hassan's mom seems on the verge of embracing the idea of these two children growing up together. Kind of like happy that they like each other, and that only deepens the weight of their impending separation. But in the end, this movie is so complex, and it's one of my favorite movies of all time. I said that in my last post about Sound of Metal, but it's true. That's why I write these articles about these movies specifically. And Past Lives is more than a love story. It is that, but it's also a meditation on identity and immigration, and about closure. That isn't necessarily an absolute closure. It's about how you find your way to closure with leaving native land. Anyways, I hope you read my article on jeremyjosephleo.com. Thanks for listening.